Well, good afternoon, City Church. I hope you're doing well on this Monday afternoon. I just wanted to take a few minutes and share a little bit out of Psalm 63 with you today. Psalm 63, it was a psalm that I was reading a few weeks ago, and there was this verse in, there's this word in verse 8 that really stood out to me. Psalm 63, it's this beautiful psalm that David wrote while he was in the wilderness of Judah. And it's such this wonderful word picture that David writes out to describe how he views the Lord in the context of what God means to him. And so starting in verse 6, it says that I lie awake thinking of you, meditating on you through the night, because you are my helper. And I sing for joy in the shadow of your wings, and I cling to you. Your strong right hand holds me securely. And it was this word cling that caught my attention. It reminded me of a book that I'd read a while ago called Soul Keeping by Pastor John Ortberg. Wonderful book if you ever get the chance to read it. Highly recommend it. And in that book, in Soul Keeping, Pastor John, he says that our souls are sticky, that we have sticky souls, and that our souls will attach themselves to whatever priority that we put in front of it. Pastor John says that our world will divert our soul's attention because we live in a cluttered world. This world is cluttered, and clutter is maybe the most dangerous result because it can be so subtle. The busy soul gets attached to the wrong things because the soul is sticky. The Velcro of the soul is what Jesus calls desire. Now, that desire could be a desire for money, or it could just simply be a desire for other things. Oh, I know there's situations and priorities that they take time and they take focus. But the question we should ask ourselves is, do we use those things as an excuse, and then in turn, do we let them slowly rob our soul of its closeness to God? Do we find ourselves saying that I'm too busy to have quiet time? Or I work so hard during the week that I just don't have time to go to church or be involved in any sort of small community. And when we get to this point, our soul slowly begins to shrivel without us even realizing it. I'm working so hard to provide for my family, and I'm sorry I can't spend time with them, but I'm sure they understand. Now, John goes on to say that he used that very phrase right there. He was just too busy to spend time with his family because he's so focused on the ministry, that he used that excuse in a period of time in his life while he was very heavily involved in very successful ministry. And in that time, how he described how he slowly began to lose his love for his family and for God. And so he had to step out of ministry for a period of time in order to fall in love with his family and with God again. Now, that may not be something that you or I ever find ourselves having to do, but we may need to reorganize our lives. Satan is so smart, and he really does know you. He knows me. But you know who else knows us? God. God knows you, he knows me, and he has given us the perfect amount of time that we need in order to do his will. But we need to stay close to him so that our soul doesn't shrivel up. It's all about living by God's priorities and not our desires. I hope this challenges you. I hope this is encouraging to you today. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.